good world. Him. Him. We're bringing you breaking news of a historic event unlike anything in the Ark's history. The Counters have successfully reclaimed part of the surface, something Ark citizens have dreamed of for years. Since the Ark was founded, has any commander ever achieved something like this? New Hope erasure. You're just gonna swipe his achievements to the rug. He was doing his best, damn it! And on your screen now is Reclamation Site 01, a forward base established by the central government. Established by the central government? Hello? You're just taking all the credit right now. Oh my. They actually reclaim part of the surface. That's wonderful. Truly wonderful. Goodness, which sweet child did something so amazing? Sweet child? You talking about me, chat? The central government has officially designated the newly reclaimed surface area as Reclamation Site 01 and has highly commended the commander responsible for the operation. Man, I don't know how it would happen, but a part of me low-key yearns for the switch up with how the central government treats us, not gonna lie. Like, they put us on this pedestal and it sets us up to like also take the fall if something really bad happens. Like, we were the ones in charge of this. Like, we're gonna take the blame if something happens. I'd love to see it. I want to see it so bad. Like, of course I don't want to put ourselves through that, but like, I want to put ourselves through that. The TV screen shows the Counters and their commander, with the commander's name and face displayed for all to see. I'd want us to take Reclamation Site 01 for ourselves. You said, I found that. Finders keepers, I found it. That's my spot. The Counters and... It's been hinted that a future conflict between the Ark and the commander may happen. The setup is definitely there. It's just a matter of like, would they go through it to the point of we actually end up potentially exiled for a bit, or like, you know, given the Johan treatment or like whatever, or would it be like a quick little bump that gets like solved by the end of the chapter? Like, I don't want the latter. I want like, oh, we are fugitive status for a little bit, you know? That name sounds familiar. The woman stares intently at the TV screen. Just as I thought. I can tell just by looking at you. My, you've grown up so well. What the hell do you mean by that? Grown up as in like you saw me a couple weeks ago, you saw me a month ago, or you saw me like years ago. Cause girly guy, I got amnesia. What do you know? I don't have that much memory that far back now. What do you know? Mom, shut up. To think you've come this far. How wonderful. Oh my God, chat. If that child has grown this much, then quite a lot of time has passed. Let's go! What do you know? What do you know? Time. Yes, time. Her eyes fall on the stack of old documents at the center of the desk. I see. So, it's finally time. Hey, yo! I didn't realize so much time has passed. It looks like I finally get to go outside again. It's been a while. Hey, that sounds kind of sad. Where you at? You in a bunker? How long you been down here? I wonder how much the Ark has changed over that time. She's just like me for real, for real. It's like, oh no. I'm really looking forward to it. Ooh. Ooh. Hey, yo, do you know us? You know us from our hospital days? I truly was not like expecting a drop from her, like right before Annie, but I'm not complaining. Appreciation sticker? Oh my gosh, sticker! A good child who dedicates themselves to making the world better should be covered in appreciation stickers. Someone needs to show them that kind deeds are meaningful and that they will always be recognized. Aww, I want a gold star. I want a gold star. Pledge of kindness. If everyone can promise to be kind, honest children, then surely the world will become a better place. Yo, how old is this lady? Like, how old is she to see everybody as kids? Like, she's giving leader right now. A secret hope buried so deep inside may begin to fade away. Another hag for the collection. They've been cranking them out lately. Rainbows will flourish through me. Cool. A bench to sit on with every moonlit reverie to be. Oh, aw, that's cute. Aww. This is such night and day aesthetics compared to Enter Heaven. Like complete night and day. Which honestly, if you look at it from the like other perspective, that's messed up. Like if this is the POV from inside the Ark, and she's literally like covered in like sunlight and stuff, and then Enter Heaven is like the other like outer rim POV, you know? that night and day aesthetic back to back like that. Oof. Oof. Oh. Honestly, the Yulha and Admi could just be like shifts up really like shady. See, look, we didn't forget about them. Y'all were coming after our behind saying that we forgot about them because Private got a new skin. Look, see, they're right here. It's like F you shipped up. they've been sassy like that lately. I wouldn't put it past them. One day, I'm told there's an issue with my mission report. So I spend the entire night revising it, and by the time I finally step outside, it's morning. Man, I need to lie down. I flop onto the bench right in front of me. Even if I head back now, someone will just come look for me anyway. This is what would happen when I would pull an all-nighter on an art project in studio. I would leave the studio the next morning like, oh my God, is that the sun? I gotta walk all the way back to my dorm. Might as well stay here a little longer. I look up at the sky. Sunlight pours down from the dome of eternity, soft and warm. That feels a little contradictory. Nice weather. Maybe I'll take a quick nap. That's some like high level trust in the environment. I close my eyes. My, falling asleep out here? Maybe it's like less trust in the environment, and like, yeah, he's just like, what is someone gonna do to actually hurt me if something happens? The sun's nice, but there's still a breeze. You'll catch a cold at this rate. Enoch, I think I should make it rain. Who's that? All right, let's have you stand up for a moment, okay? So sleepy. Can't be mugged. I keep all my credits in an offshore synchro device. Hello. Hey now, you shouldn't go falling asleep in a place like this. You might get hurt. Save that for when you're home, okay? There we go. Open those eyes nice and wide. And let's have a good stretch. Hey, yo. I am suddenly only 3 years old. Hello? Too bright. It's too bright. I wince and shut my eyes again. Is it too bright for you? For a second, it feels like the light above me disappears. Nice and shady. Do you like it? What should I do with you? You look exhausted. But you'll catch a cold if I catch you like this. Something soft brushes over my eyes, like cloth. Well, it can't be helped. I'll go get you a blanket. So just wait here for a little while, okay? It's fine. I hear someone walking away. I want to see who it is, but the drowsiness hits me hard and I drift off. It's the fact that this isn't the first or the second time that the commander has had like full on like sleep conversations with people. How long has it been? I don't know, but I just want to sleep a little longer. But it's cold. She told you it would be. Even so, I just want to sleep a little longer. A siren-like wail jolts me awake. What the? I sit up and something falls from my head. Huh? Looking down, I see a white handkerchief with a crane embroidered on it. Oh, no booba shade. A handkerchief? I'm not going. I turn toward the sound to find a crowd gathered around someone. Huh? I'm not going. I don't wanna. Please calm down, okay? Miranda? Hey, we gonna get more into Miranda's day job? I really like Miranda a lot, but I got others to vote for instead. Everyone else does too. I mean, sure, but like, you would think that people who have like good favorite items would be like a tiny bit higher, but even that doesn't help her. I'm not going. I don't wanna. Please calm down. If you keep crying like that, you'll make yourself sick. No. My friend's gone. I can't go without him. I don't want to go. Your friend's missing too? Sorry to Miranda, she's the police, and I'm part of Drake's villain union. Conflicts of interest. All right then. Touche. What do we do? Then we've got to find your friend too. Miranda? The commander. Doesn't help that you can put all points in one NIKKE. Again, like, I get that you have favorites that you want to vote for, like higher up. But I would just think that like having a decent kit, I don't know, would put her maybe like a tiny bit higher than the ones that don't even have that going for them. But nope. It's a meta kit. Yeah, like... What's going on?
I found a lost child and was supposed to escort her to her parents at the station. But she says she can't leave because her friend is missing. She's been crying nonstop, and I'm worried she might get dehydrated. And I'm not sure how to find her friend here, so I'm a bit stuck.
I see. I can't imagine someone whose main trait is being incompetent being a favorite. Rude?
It's okay if you can't find him. Miss Snow said she'd find my friend.
Miss Snow?
Yeah.
Is that how we're gonna separate her and Snow White?
Miss Snow promised she'd find my friend. So I have to wait here. Is that so? You don't even know where my friend is. I'm sorry. But when's Miss Snow getting here? I don't know. Oh, I see. How long has it been since she went to look for your friend? I don't know. I ate all my ice cream and waited, but she didn't come.
I mean, she might have just forgotten. Why would you say that to the kid crying, sir?
No! She said you're supposed to keep your promises, and she said she'd keep hers. Hold on. Don't tell me Miss Snow got lost too. You really think so?
There have been loads of lost kids lately. We are not helping the situation. We are not helping even a little bit.
What do we do? If Miss Snow got lost too, did I get her in trouble? I'll go look for her right away.
I'm like, Commander, you have approximately 30 seconds before this kid has a full meltdown. Commander isn't great with kids, apparently. He's amazing with kids. But I guess only if those kids are NIKKE children. Like, golly.
Commander, please look after this little girl.
Miranda, calm down.
Huh?
I'll go look for her. Miranda, stay here and watch the girl. Has to be dazed here or something. We just woke up from a nap.
You're gonna look for her, Commander? Maybe I should...
Shouldn't you let Polly know you're running late first?
That's right. Polly told me to call her if anything happened. I almost forgot.
All right, I'll be right back. So, be a good girl and listen to the nice officer, okay?
Are you gonna look for Miss Snow?
Yeah, I am. I'll go find Miss White and come right back. You You can't just change up someone's name like that, Commander. He's talking about Miss Snow. Who is Miss White? So, promise me you'll stay with the officer and not cry, okay?
Okay, I promise.
All right, I'll go look for her.
Oh my, is there someone else we need to find?
I turn around, and there she is, a woman in white with hair to match.
Then I'll go take care of it right away. Could you tell me what they look like?
Are you Miss Snow by any chance?
Hmm? Miss Snow! Ah, so that's what you've been calling me, sweetie? That's right. I'm Snow Crane, the Miss Snow this little one mentioned.
I choose to believe he's out of it.
I'm sorry. You've been waiting a while, haven't you? So, ta-da!
Snow Crane holds out a brown teddy bear with a pink ribbon to the little girl.
I brought a cuddly little friend with me. Teddy!
She takes the teddy bear, cradling it in her arms. Wait, don't tell me your friend is...
A teddy bear? Yep.
So, it's a stuffed toy. Yes, Commander. Got a problem?
But you said he's your friend.
My gosh, it's a kid. I was expecting it to be either like a dog or a toy.
Teddy is my friend. I see.
Good thing we didn't report her missing. That would have been a mess. This guy thinking about the paperwork.
Now then, who else do we still need to find? We were just about to go look for you, Miss Snow. Oh my, really?
Yeah, we were starting to think you got lost or something.
I see. I'm sorry, dear. It's been a while since I've been up in the Ark, so I got a little lost along the way. I hope I didn't keep you waiting too long.
I've been up in the Ark. It's been a while?
Well then, since it looks like her friend's been found safe and sound, we'll be heading off now. Thank you for your cooperation, Commander.
Anytime. I'll leave the rest to you, Miranda.
Bye-bye, Miss Snow. Bye-bye, mister. You take care now, little one.
Miranda and the little girl leave together.
Oh my, I didn't think it would take me this long to find her toy. Thank you for comforting the little one.
I'm not great with kids, so thanks for stepping in. Wow, he admits it.
Like, he's literally great with Anne and Nika and Balortha and, like, Alice and almost every other childlike person he's come across.
You're really good with them.
I like children. They're so pure. And I like kind people like you too. The kind who help others out of genuine kindness.
There's literally something in his DNA that makes it so Nikke's like him. I wouldn't go as far as calling myself a good person Oh.
Now then. Snow Crane stares straight at me.
Why are you staring at me like that?
I'm glad you're awake now.
I wonder if this is current commander or older commander. I'm assuming that everything's current now. I mean, like, we already started with the whole surface reclamation bit at the beginning.
I was gonna bring you a blanket, but it's been a while since I've been up here. The ark's changed quite a bit, hasn't it? I ran into a little trouble and couldn't get one. I'm sorry. You must have been cold.
Wait, is this yours? I hold up the handkerchief with the crane embroidered on it.
Oh my, it is. Thank you for bringing it back to me. That was very kind of you, friend.
Is that her name for us, friend? I could never throw this away. Thanks for covering me earlier. The sun was really bright.
Oh, it's nothing, really.
Snow Crane reaches out and takes the handkerchief.
You probably heard earlier, but I'm Snow Crane. And your name's...
You know me?
Oh, absolutely. I see you on TV all the time. The hero who reclaimed part of the surface, Reclamation Site 01, isn't that right?
Oh, so that's what was on TV.
Of course. It's only natural people would want to praise you. You did something everyone's dreamed of for so long, and no one ever managed it. No one else ever managed it. So, when you think about it,
Snow Crane just stares intently at me. What's wrong?
it might be a little tricky otherwise. But could you lower your head just a bit for me?
Lower my head?
Yes, just a tiny bit will do.
Are we gonna get a head pat? Are we gonna get a head pat? I do as Snow Crane says and lower my head.
That's it. Good.
Snow Crane lifts a hand and starts gently patting my head. Head pats and stickers? Oh my gosh! Is this what Snow White and Dorothy felt when Commander told them thank you for the first time? Like, oh my god, I worked hard. It was a lot, but I worked hard.
So this is what it feels like to be head patted. Oh. Reclaiming even part of the surface is such an incredible thing. And you did something so kind that no one else could.
This is why the Rapture's gonna lose.
You're amazing. I'm so proud of you.
Oh my gosh.
You did really, really well.
Oh, I would start crying. If I was the commander after everything we've been through up until this point, I would be sobbing on the ground.
That's enough praise for now.
Snow Crane lets her hand fall.
Thank you for humoring me and lowering your head.
It's everything Libby wanted. Why? Why would you say that?
I've been wanting to do this ever since I saw you on the news, and now I finally get to.
Right.
Oh my, I'm so sorry. That must have taken you by surprise. I didn't make you uncomfortable, did I?
No, not really. We're about to freaking undergo what Jacko went through. Or it's like, so you mean to tell me if I do this, it gets HEADPATS? It just made me feel like a kid again. Sir, you don't even remember. You don't even remember being a child.
I'm sorry. I was just so surprised to see how much you've grown. It made me so proud.
She said it again.
I couldn't help but pat your head.
It's a little embarrassing is all. I'm a grown man, after all. Wait. Thank you. I was like, is this guy gonna just not notice what she just said? Something about that didn't sound right. No need to be embarrassed. I love that. I love that they just went black screen. Like, wait a minute. Run that back. What'd you just say? Post pat clarity.
Even grown-ups deserve lots of praise when they've done a good job.
Hang on. What did you just say?
I just meant even grown-ups deserve a little praise too. Did that come out strange?
That's not quite it. The thing before that.
Oh dear, now's not the time for that.
Ain't no way. Are they gonna pull another Arcana and Mad Dog at us? Mad Dog, who's that? Anyway.
Do you know what time it is?
I pull out my phone and check the time. It's 11:20 a.m.
Oh dear. I might be late if I don't hurry.
Oh my god, they really are. She's really just gonna ignore that.
I should get going now. It was really loving meeting you today, friend.
No! Why do the people who always know things don't answer my questions? Oh, okay. No, okay. No, okay. You get back here. Snow Crane rushes towards the park entrance, then halts abruptly and looks around for a while. I'm late for a very important date. And now she's heading this way again?
Excuse me, friend. I'm really sorry to bother you. Do you happen to know where the train station is? I can't seem to find a map anywhere.
Huh? A map?
I guess people don't really use maps anymore these days. You all know your way around so well. That's so clever of you.
Why don't you just check the map on your phone?
Oh? Phones have maps now?
Ma'am, that looks like a current gen iPad. Snow Crane fishes her phone out of her pocket.
On something this tiny? How does that even work?
Who is this woman? Where did you come from? I'll take you there. A bygone era.
Oh my. So, this is the station? If I'd come by myself, I might have wandered around forever. Goodness, the roads have gotten so complicated, haven't they? You're very good at finding your way, aren't you? How impressive.
You know. This low-key gets even more confusing because the way she talks makes it seem like the arc itself has gone through development over time versus like they built it the way like it's currently built. Well, like, was she there for like the arc's like construction? Like, what's going on here?
Thank you for bringing me here, friend.
You're welcome.
The thing is,
I thought people were able to build their own buildings in the Ark. I would assume that's very far and few between because there's only so much space that they have to work with. Like, you probably have lots of hoops and paperwork. Snow Crane looks up at the departure board, eyes moving over the train schedules. This not including Outer Rim, who probably can do like anything she wants or anything they want out there.
there are so many trains running. Which one should I take to get there?
Where are you heading?
I think it's somewhere along Royal Road. The place is called Undergrace, I think.
Undergrace. Do you happen to have the address?
Oh, of course. I'm sure I wrote it down somewhere. Let me check.
Snow Crane pulls out a small notebook.
Ah, there it is. Here you go.
Can I take a look? Inside the notebook are 3 addresses. Snow Crane points to the first one. Looks like you're heading to the department store on Royal Road. Just catch a train to Royal Road from platform 1.
Oh my, you really do know everything, don't you?
Anyone could figure that out. Hey, did you know us when we were like a sick kid in the hospital? Did you know us in our test tube days? Like, ma'am?
What a smart boy.
Snow Crane gently pats my back. You're treating me like a kid again.
That deserves some praise, you know? Thank you so much for helping me. I'll see you again soon, okay?
Snow Crane walks briskly forward. Huh. Should I really just let Snow Crane go? Without asking anything? No, you shouldn't. Follow her. I should at least ask for her number. I look toward where Snow Crane went. Once again, Snow Crane looks around, then starts walking back towards me.
Oh dear, this isn't good.
What is it this time?
I can't seem to find where to buy a ticket.
Uh-huh.
I need one, but I'm not sure where to go. Would you happen to know, friend?
The AZX is free to use in the Ark. It's part of the social welfare program.
Oh. Oh my, really? I had no idea they offered benefits like that.
Ma'am, how old are you?
The Ark's come such a long way, hasn't it? So, I just need to go to the platform and get on?
Yeah, that's right. You okay going on your own?
I'm not completely sure, but if I ask around as I go, I'm sure I'll manage.
I'll take you there.
Really? But you're usually so busy.
I'm free today, so it's fine.
But
is medical free in the Ark? I'll crash out if it is. It better be, or the commander should have gone bankrupt. Something tells me that it's not. And if the commander, like, doesn't pay, it's because of, like, military, some kind of, like, perk up there. Like, we literally saw Anne's mom having to, like, pay for stuff. Which, like, yes, it was, like, shady and all that, but, like, that was one thing. And then, like, Roppy, her stuff was, like, helping fund the hospital. If I can't go with you, I'll at least walk you part of the way.
not at all. It's perfectly fine if you come with me. I'm just meeting someone to pass along a letter, that's all. I'm sure they won't mind you being there either. They're all kind people. I just feel a little bad because you've done so much for me. You even walked me all the way here.
Considering how many commanders die in their first outing, I'm sure they give free healthcare for the ones who actually live. Yeah. When you see someone who's lost, it's only natural to...
Friend, nothing in this world is ever only natural.
That right there, that one line right there, just shot up her respect bar for me so much. That one piece of writing right there just gave her so many points.
In the end, it all comes down to the choices we make. All right. How about this?
No, I love it. I'm actually obsessed with that. I'm literally so obsessed with that. It goes like hand in hand with our little conversation we had earlier in the server about like character nuance and like black and white characters in this game and stuff, where it's like people just see characters and they're like, oh, they're just like that. They're just like nice. They're like, they're black or they're white or blah, blah, blah. And it's like, no, none of that's natural. It's choices and decisions and lessons learned.
All right. How about this? When I'm done with everything for today, I'll grant you one wish in return for your help, as long as it's within my power.
Your example being Liverin, that's definitely another case study example. Yep. Oh my gosh. And Ziz and Levi. Ziz literally yelled at Levi to make a choice, to make a decision in that badass scene.
A wish. That's all right. It doesn't have to be today. I'll take care of the agreement.
I don't think that's necessary.
Oh my, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to come across so strongly. Managing agreements is just part of what I do.
So you manage agreements.
Then, shall we make it a promise instead? We'll still need to keep it, just like an agreement, but it won't feel quite so heavy.
If I hadn't heard that, I probably would have turned it down.
I was just so surprised to see how much you've grown. It made me so proud. I couldn't help but pat your head.
She said she was surprised at how much I've grown. That means she knows about my past. If that's the case, I have to ask her. She might know about the parts of my childhood I can't remember. And the project I'm tied to. Oh my gosh! That's crazy! But also, I like how he said the parts of my childhood, like you can remember any of your childhood, sir.
Is something bothering you? Does even making a promise feel like too much right now?
No, let's make a promise. I've got something I want to ask you, too. This right after the Relive Your Youth event. Ooh. Getting straight to the point, this event. That's what's like so good about it. It's like it's not coming out of nowhere. If this is like modern day, like completely current commander, he would be super invested in this because like that's all he's been like marinating on and going in circles on for like a while now, is like his humanity and who he is. Like he's extremely existential right now.
Oh my, is that so? That works out nicely. Then, let's make a promise. When this is over, I'll grant you one wish, friend.
Okay, I'll hold you to that. I think Sora's event was like the last confirmed past event. Yeah, and even then it was like a flashback. Everything else has literally been more like recent. Like I'm pretty sure we are well like after like
So, this is the department store. How beautiful.
Snow Crane keeps glancing around.
Oh my, what a big space. And it's all shops? How nice. Oh goodness, look at those clothes. They've put them out for everyone to see. Ooh, friend, come take a look. They're selling flowers. I wonder if they're real.
I wonder if like look at those clothes, they've put them out for everyone to see is implying that like she's from a time where they wouldn't be so like out in the open, easily like visible and snatchable. It's so cute that she calls us friend. I'm literally getting like reading Rainbow and like Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood vibes every time she says friend. I'm like, oh my god. Hey, relax.
Forgive me. I got a bit carried away.
Her and Reptilian should meet. Is this your first time in a department store? Wasn't Royal Road only for sovereigns in the past? I mean, it still kinda is. Like, you definitely gotta have money to go shopping on Royal Road.
Yes, when I first came to the Ark, I don't remember seeing buildings like these. Most of the larger ones were connected to the central government.
Ooh.
But perhaps that's not quite fair of me to say. Back then, I was always traveling for agreements. So, I never really had the chance to look around.
Was she a part of the agreement between whoever had the keys? That whole thing?
That might be why I simply never noticed them. And when I first arrived, the war was still ongoing, so everything felt very different from how it was now. How it does now. So I think that's why I find it all rather fascinating.
Snow Crane watches people spill out of the store, their moods written plain on their faces. When I first came, I don't remember buildings like these. I'm gonna assume she's talking about the General Rapture War. And that's just worded a little differently. Like, it's just like worded weirdly because like otherwise it low-key would feel like a different war she's talking about. Some look pleased with their purchases, while others mutter under their breath, clearly dissatisfied.
My, it's changed so much. Just watching them makes me happy.
What's the name of the place we're going again?
Oh, it's called Under Grace. I think it's a cafe. Just a sec.
I tried searching for it online. Found it. Looks like it's on B1. Let's head down.
Oh my, you found it already? How reassuring. I'll trust you and follow your lead.
I think this is it.
You're right. It's Under Grace. You really are good at finding your way around. That's impressive.
Thanks for the compliment. But you sure you're okay if I go in with you? I can just wait outside.
It's fine, really. I told you earlier, didn't I? I'm just here to deliver a letter. The people receiving it won't mind at all. And the signatory said there's no need to keep it secret. So there's nothing to worry about.
Signatory or signatory? So you're doing this because of an agreement?
Yes, that's right. I'm just fulfilling a request from an agreement made a long time ago. I'm a little worried you might get bored while I deliver the letter. Will you be all right?
I'll be fine.
Looks like everything's all right now. Let's head inside, shall we?
Sure. We step into the cafe. The warm scent of coffee fills the air.
Wow, the coffee smells lovely.
Yeah, it really does.
Thank you for the compliment. Hearing that from young folks really brightens my day.
Hey yo, the piano!
They really stuck the piano here! The menu's right over here, so take your time and have a look before ordering.
Snow Crane stares intently at the woman. Can I help you?
Are you Sarah, by any chance?
Pardon?
Yes, that's me. But who are you?
Where I have heard this before? Terminus ticket.
I believe this is the first time we've met in person. My name is Snow Crane.
Miss Snow Crane?
Yes, that's right. It's a pleasure to meet you, my friend.
It's honestly like really great because putting this specific piano song here automatically makes you recall Terminus Ticket, which makes you recall Nora, which at least for me makes me recall like that whole premise of someone who spent years in the arc wanting to go back to the surface, you know? And like that whole like feeling.
I've come to deliver a letter on behalf of you-know-who, as per our agreement.
With a soft clink, Sarah sets 2 cups of hot coffee on the table. I don't play on that 1%. I'm using those gold tickets. I mean, I keep like 2 guaranteed like emergencies. But I feel like for me personally, I have better luck just pulling.
Oh wow, thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Don't mention it.
Since you're with Miss Snow Crane, it's only natural that I take care of you. Sarah slides in and sits down across the table.
We've only ever communicated through letters, so this is our first time meeting in person. I hope I didn't surprise you too much by dropping in so suddenly.
Oh, don't worry about it. I had a feeling it was about time, so if anything, I was just surprised that I was actually right. It was about time. Speaking of surprises, though, shouldn't you be more surprised at how young I look?
Oh my, yes! We've been exchanging letters for decades. I never imagined you would look so young. I started using Evergreen earlier than most of my friends, and I've kept it up ever since.
Oh. For several decades?
Oh dear, I'm sorry. I started talking before making proper introductions. This is Sarah. She's affiliated with the foundation run by one of my signatories.
Signatories? A foundation?
Yes?
Wait.
Yes. I was only a child when everyone migrated to the Ark, and I came alone without my parents. The foundation supported me until I became an adult.
Hey, yo, there's a good orphanage out there?
In return, I entered into an agreement with Miss Snow Crane here, who oversees the foundation on behalf of another. To write to her each year about the changes in the Ark.
You've been around since the Ark migration? That means you must be commander. Rude.
It's not very nice to ask a lady her age.
Exactly.
So let's keep our guesses to ourselves, okay?
Oh, right. Anyway, that's why you asked if she was surprised by how young you look.
Exactly. We'd never actually met in person, just exchanged letters. But I suppose that ends today. Yes. Now that the contract has ended, I wanted to see you in person and deliver this letter that was left for you.
If she was like migration old, Ark Guardian old, that puts her on like the higher end of like because like because okay, how do I figure out how to word this? No, like yes, she's old, but like specifically for Nikke's, that puts her as like one of like the potentially like first Nikke's, no? At least like if like non-mass produce level, like you know what I'm trying to say? Like back then there wasn't that many that were as what's the word, like Goddess Squad time ode? Well, because Goddess Squad, like yeah, like kind of early model, like because there's mass produced, right? But I'm assuming like around Goddess Squad times, there was only so many that were as like they had as much of a sense of self to basically be specialized enough to not become like mass produced. So like if she had like that strong of a sense of self to like be a Nikke all the way back then, like she basically feels Goddess Squad level in terms of like sense of self or like goals or whatever, but just on the non-combat side. And if I like were to get really like if I were to get really like get the board and string out, she low-key reminds me of Nayuta, which is like deep technology, like she's a missless Nikke. She could like there's like signs here of her being one of those like early development Nikkes, essentially.
Now that the contract has ended, I wanted to see you in person and deliver this letter that was left for you.
Snow Crane hands Sarah a letter.
I see. So, this is a letter from them.
Sarah gingerly accepts the letter.
If you don't mind, may I read it first? Why, of course.
Sarah lifts her trembling hands and carefully opens the letter.
Uh, uh.
Then she buries her face in her hands and begins to cry. I reach for a tissue to hand her, but Snow Crane gently strokes my back and shakes her head. She starts drinking her coffee without a word.
I really wanted to meet you. Just once. But in the end, I never got to.
I sip my coffee in silence, listening to Sarah cry. Her sobs are full of longing, gratitude, and sorrow. A little while later.
Thank you for waiting. Goodness, I can't remember the last time I cried like this. To think I'd make such a scene at my age, and in front of someone younger too. I'm sorry.
No, not at all.
There's nothing to be ashamed of. It's only natural to cry when you're hurting.
You hear that, Commander? It's only natural to cry if you got a little ouchies in the heart and the head. Just let it out. Have a good cry session. I think you need one, sir.
Thank you, Miss Snow Crane, for waiting so patiently, and for bringing me this letter. I suppose I won't be writing those yearly letters anymore. It's gonna feel a little lonelier now. No, I should be the one thanking you. When I think about those yearly letters no longer coming, it does feel a little lonely, doesn't it? You've worked so hard all this time. Likewise, Miss Snow Crane. Now then, I'll proceed with closing out the agreement. Sarah, as agreed, I have one final question. In your opinion, do you feel the Ark has become a better place than it was before? Would you like me to be honest? Yes, that's what they asked of me.
Who's they?
No. The methods have changed, but things haven't improved in the slightest.
She said it! She said it out loud!
Of course, people's lives are far better than they used to be. I mean, even someone like me, a former war orphan, now runs a cafe on Royal Road. And thanks to Evergreen, I've been able to keep this youthful appearance. But people's hearts are still sick. If anything, they've just grown worse in a different way.
Sarah! Sarah knows!
They've grown so used to peace in the Ark that they've forgotten the war is still raging on the surface. Forgotten who made that peace possible in the first place. Sarah! And now we even have a ridiculous term like NIKKE. Yes. Thanks to Pretty, Tetraline, and those well-known squads, NIKKE rights have improved beyond recognition since the Second Surface Reclamation War. And yet, whenever something happens in the Ark, people are still quick to pin the blame on the NIKKEs. Sarah! Where's my NPC vote, Sarah? Peace has become a given, and with that, they've grown complacent, ungrateful.
You know, if Crow would have went about it without blowing crap up, she could have got the same point across.
Just like so many who once belonged to our foundation. Never satisfied with the support they were given. Foolish enough to try taking the foundation's money, only to end up facing your judgment.
Ooh. Face your judgment? Hey, yo. Hello?
Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry for being so negative at our last meeting, but I really don't think this society has improved at all.
This is the way of getting the point across to players since they didn't listen the first. Literally, they said, obviously, Crow's a lost cause. People aren't gonna listen to her. So let's have this nice older lady named Sarah break it down for them.
That's just how I see it. Thank you. I've listened carefully to everything you shared. And I appreciate you seeing this through to the very end. I hope your days ahead are filled with peace. Thank you for everything, Miss Snowcrane.
That's crazy. We leave the cafe and head to a hospital in the downtown area. To meet the person the second letter is meant for. I don't think I've ever heard anyone say Crow was wrong about what she said. They say it all the time. Because like mentioned, people can't separate words from actions. They lump it all together. And they don't listen to her words because her actions overshadow it. But let's move on. Crow is a circle of a discussion that doesn't ever go anywhere.
Thanks to you, I made it to the hospital without getting lost. I'm really glad you're with me.
So, the second letter is for a patient, right?
Yes, I heard Oliver's been in the hospital for about a year now. I see. Now, friend.
Yeah?
You've been acting a little off since earlier. Is something bothering you? You can't even look me in the eye. You weren't like this at the start, were you?
From what I heard earlier, I think I have a rough idea of how old you might be still on that. So now I'm not sure if I should be speaking this casually. That's such a like Eastern society thing to get stuck on. Like, how should I be addressing you, ma'am?
Oh my goodness! Is that what's been bothering you? Aw, you're adorable.
I mean, how could it not? Someone from back when the Ark was sealed is calling you Miss.
It's just a nickname some friends from the Foundation came up with. I don't really pay attention to things like age. So please, just treat me like you always have. Honestly, I'd be happier if you didn't worry about things like that.
Got it. I'll try to keep things more casual.
Emergency patient coming through. Clear the way.
I quickly step back. A sharp rattle of wheels cuts through the air. A gurney bursts in, pushed by emergency personnel. A NIKKE lies on it, her arms and legs missing. Oh no! Two mass-produced NIKKEs follow close behind.
Stay with us! You can't die like this!
She's just a torso. Looks like there's been an accident.
I suppose so.
Snow Crane slowly looks around the hospital. A patient in a hospital gown sits with a downcast expression, a companion beside them quietly holding their hand. Nearby, someone waits their turn, fear written plainly across their face. Another sits hunched over, their face twisted in pain. All around, people sit with worry heavy on their faces. Are you all right?
Of course. I've seen things like this many times before.
Is that sweat or is that tears?
But ever since Evergreen was developed, people have been living far longer than anyone ever expected. And medicine has advanced just as much. And yet, humans, and NIKKEs too, they still fall ill without warning. They still get caught in accidents. they still grieve and suffer. Even after all this time, that hasn't changed. That makes me a little sad. Oh dear, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make things so serious. We submitted a visitation request a while ago, but it looks like it's taking a little longer than expected.
You're right. I'll go check. Who's here to see Mr. Oliver?
Yes, that's us. Please come this way.
The nurse leads us into a hospital room. And there... Huh? An elderly man lies there, kept alive by a web of machines and tubes.
It's nice to meet you, Oliver. I'm Snow Crane.
Welcome, Miss Snow Crane. I've been waiting. I'm sorry. I wish I could have received you in better health.
Oh, not at all. This is more than enough. Thank you for waiting.
You're here to tell me it's ended, aren't you?
That's right. The contract has ended, so I wanted to see you in person and deliver this letter from you-know-who.
Snow Crane hands Oliver the letter. A letter. Oliver slowly lifts the arm with the IV still in it and carefully takes the letter. He opens it and reads in silence. Not long after, he folds the letter with care and sets it on the blanket. I see. So, they won't be coming after all.
Yes.
And you still can't tell us why.
That's right.
I see. What a pity.
Now then, I'll proceed with closing out the agreement. Oliver, as agreed, I have one final question. In your opinion, do you feel the Ark has become a better place than it was before?
A better place? Yes, I think it has. Gasp, shock, awe. There was a time when I thought the Ark was flawed, an unjust place. But as I grew older and fell ill, I suppose I started to see things differently. I lost my entire family to the raptures on the surface. But I was able to build a new one and keep going. The reason I've been able to live such a long life
was because of the people in the ark, the foundation included. Even now, as I lie here sick, it's no different.
I will say, just to throw this out there, on one hand, I do understand what they're trying to say, like how there's places of hope and blah, 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 but Oliver is probably also a male and possibly has lived through a very different experience than what most people have gone through on the ark. I think in the ark society that probably does make a difference. But I do get what they're trying to say. Like, not everywhere is dark. There's, hope in places, blah, 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 blah. My life was good, so the ark must be good, opposed to other people are still suffering, so it's bad. That's also a very good point.
Thanks to the help of so many and the devotion of my children, I was able to see you, Miss Snow Crane, and bring this agreement to a close. So, in a place where so many good people live, I believe it has become a better world than it once was. Thank you for sharing your thoughts. I know that couldn't have been easy, so I really appreciate you taking the time to tell me.
It's more like his life was what the ark allowed him to make a good life. I mean, that's the same POV Sarah has. Sarah said similar, where she lost her family and was a war orphan, but now she's able to have a cafe on Royal Road. But she's like, when I look outside of myself, there are definitely still problems.
I know that couldn't have been easy, so I really appreciate you taking the time to tell me. No, it's just something I had to do. I'm just glad I could see the agreement through before things got worse. Now, I think I can go without any regrets. Thank you for all your hard work, Oliver. Miss Snow Crane, could I ask one last favor? Why? Of course. If by any chance you meet them, please tell them I'm grateful to them for letting me live as a human.
Is them Nikke's? Are they talking about Nikke's?
Did you deliver that message for me? Yes, I'll be sure to pass it along.
Um, Also, I will say though,
It's nice to be
on
a
a
hero
point
every
from like
once in a while.
Oliver's standpoint,
I must
and
go
like
back.
just in general,
This is taking longer than I
um,
expected.
to deliver to a large group like that, I did.
It's a tough
I don't
job,
mean
but
Nikke's
someone's
as
gotta
like a
do it.
whole,
Hold on,
like
please.
every single
It's for
Nikke to
everyone. Let's
exist.
wrap this up.
I'm thinking like maybe some like specific ones that possibly like helped them or something. I don't know. But what was it?
Looks like I choose pets.
I will say though, like on Oliver's like POV, not everyone can be a goddess squad member. Not everyone can be a counters member. Like as much as you would like want the world to be like a better place in terms of like doing like, you know, being like an activist or something like that, sometimes like that's too much for one person, and like you like a person like would need to lock in on their personal sphere. Like they do what they can within their sphere. So like in Oliver's like defense there, like focusing on his bubble and like the things within his like sphere of influence might be how he like handles being stuck underground, you know. And that's just like in general too, like life in general. Like not everybody can be like, I don't know, like Nelson Mandela, you know. Like I'm just gonna try to not have road rage today. How about that? Like little things.
Stay back. I must go back. Reload. This is taking longer than I expected. It's a tough job, but someone's got to do.
This video even road rage.
Hold on a moment. Target eliminated.
I learned how to drive in one of the
Mission
busiest
clear.
cities
Good job.
in the United States. People absolutely piss me off on the road. I don't go as far as like honking and whatnot because I frankly don't have like the energy, and you never know who's effing carrying, you know, in their car. But like, I might say some things. So, where to next? Let's see. Our next stop is Snow Crane opens her notebook. Ooh. Suddenly, my stomach growls loudly. Me too. Oh. It's past my lunchtime. I'm sorry. Oh. What was that sound? Was that you, friend? Hey, don't look so surprised. It's kind of embarrassing. Oh dear, I didn't even notice. It's already past lunchtime. Didn't we start this endeavor at like 11, like almost noon? It's been past lunchtime.
How could I let a growing boy go hungry like this? I really am the worst.
But I'm not a kid anymore.
This simply won't do. Let's go have lunch right now.
Hey, no need to rush. Just take it easy. We can grab something quick on the way.
Snacking instead of a real meal?
Ooh. Ooh.
That's not good for you, friend.
I'm sorry.
You need to eat proper meals to stay healthy.
But, I'm sorry. Snow Crane grabs my hand and pulls me along. Me with my hand full of animal crackers. Well, about that.
Come on, let's go get something to eat together right now.
Fine. Let's go.
Great, off we go.
What are you, my mom? No, your grandma. Are your family forcing you to eat? Not really. More like they make meals, and me being in the house gives me access to those meals. It's honestly been like the biggest pro of being here. Huh? It's so, I just opened the pantry and I'm like, oh my god, look at all this stuff. Why are you just standing there?
I thought you'd already have somewhere in mind.
I don't.
Oh, I see. Right. You might not know the tasty spots around here. Just hang on a sec, okay?
And do you know the spots?
I'll ask a few people what the most popular places are.
Oh my gosh. An extrovert mother.
I saw on TV that if you ask about 10 people and check their answers, you can usually find a really nice spot.
I grab Snow Crane just as she's about to dart forward. She's like, I'm gonna lose her. No, it's fine. I'll take you somewhere. Everybody, it's time for Cosmo Taste. Hello. Welcome to Cosmo Burger. Hello. Please, place your order at the kiosk.
Kiosk? Oh, wow, friend. It seems the staff are calling themselves kiosk these days. How curious.
Oh my gosh. Huh?
That man said we should place our order at the kiosk. Usually, we'd say you place your order with the staff, but I guess they call themselves kiosk here.
Oh my god. No, that's not it. I lead Snow Crane up to the kiosk. This is a kiosk. It's a machine you can use to place your orders on your own.
Oh, so you order with this. How do you pay then?
You pay at the same time you order.
Oh my goodness, you can do that? Fascinating. I think I understand. It's kind of like a vending machine, huh?
Yeah, you could say that.
Now that I think of it, you can place an order without speaking to anyone at all.
Yes. And there is the magic of the kiosk.
That must make it much easier for introverts. Let's go! How lovely.
Wow, this is so good. Snow Crane turns towards the young man enjoying his meal. That's the new burger, right? Yeah, want a bite?
Everyone's
Really enjoying their food. I just remembered that we live in a Splendiman society. Get out of here.
a hamburger, It's my first time seeing one, but it looks quite tasty.
What? You've never had a hamburger?
No, I haven't.
Guess what, ma'am? You still won't.
Back when I was underground, our meals were pretty limited. Not that the food they gave us was all bad, mind you. We just didn't really get things like this.
Were you locked up or something?
Oh, nothing like that. I suppose you could say I was there partly out of duty and partly because I chose to be. I happen to know quite a few agreements that are best left unspoken.
Oh yeah, I remember you said your job was to oversee agreements. I guess that means you handle other contracts too? Not just the ones related to what we're doing now.
Correct. There are other contracts as... excuse me, are you gonna order? If not, can I go first? Oh, I'm sorry. We've been chatting without even ordering.
You're holding out the line!
Please, go ahead.
Also, I see what you did, bald man. She was about to drop some lore on us and then you effing derailed again. Snow Crane and I step aside.
I suppose this isn't a great place to talk. How about I tell you the rest later?
Are you actually gonna tell me later? All right.
Why don't we try that new burger?
Are you saying that since everything is Splendiman, that Crust isn't a real cook? First off, that's a stretch. That's a huge stretch of putting words into my mouth. Secondly, if I understood Crust's job correctly, she kind of acts like a translator, doesn't she? She can work with real ingredients and all that, but then she like translates it into like the Splendiman versions.
Those two over there seem to really be enjoying it, so I'm sure it must taste good.
Sounds good to me.
Since we're eating in, should I go get us a table?
Actually, let's get it to go.
To go?
Yeah. Holding 2 combo meals, we step out into downtown. Why don't we eat here? I sit on a bench off to one side of a busy area. Here? Yeah. Do you not like it?
No, it's perfectly fine. I just didn't know this is how people ate out now. It's always fun to experience new things.
Snow Crane sits beside me.
I'm sure I'll enjoy eating out here.
I take out 2 hamburgers from the bag and hand one to Snow Crane. Why the sigh?
I just feel bad that you ended up paying because I didn't know how to. I should have watched more about this on TV.
Well, now that you know how to do it, you can pay next time. What kind of TV did you have access to? To still be like so confused about so many things.
That's true, huh? Then that's just what I'll do. Next time, I'm going to treat you to something healthy and delicious.
I'm looking forward to it.
Healthy?
Now, let's begin.
Snow Crane takes a bite of the hamburger. She's been watching nothing but reruns on HGTV for a century. Oh my god, she's just like me for real, for real. Her eyes widen as she looks at me. I know, I want a burger too now.
This is delightful.
Glad you like it.
So, this is what young people like to eat these days. I'm having so much fun.
I'll get started on mine as well. Gotta see what all the fuss is about.
Enjoy.
As she eats, Snow Crane quietly watches the people passing by. A family, smiling as they cross the street, hand in hand. An elderly man resting by the roadside. Merchants squabbling with one another. She watches as everyone around goes about living their lives in peace. You really like this, don't you? You seem to enjoy people watching.
Yes, being able to eat while watching all these people makes me happy. Wait a moment. Are we eating outside because you know I enjoy people watching?
That. And the weather's nice as well.
My goodness! How very thoughtful of you. You're so kind and caring, friend. Such a good boy.
Snow Crane lifts her clean hand and pats my shoulder.
How did you know, though? What gave it away?
At the department store and the hospital and pretty much everywhere we've been, you always seem to be noticing others. Like when you found me sleeping in the park and helped me. Or when you helped that girl who lost her teddy bear. I figured the reason you're able to notice people is because you must enjoy watching them.
Yeah, that's right. The arc has changed in so many ways, And yet, some things haven't changed at all. I find all those differences so endlessly fascinating that I can't help but look around everywhere and watch.
So, all this time, you were underground, as you put it, and you never came above ground?
I did on occasion, but mostly for work. I've never really walked around the city like this, just for myself. Even before coming to the Ark, I was in a lab training for what was to become my line of work. So when it comes to what you might call normal life, this might actually be my first time experiencing it.
Your first time? You don't have any memories from before you became a NIKKE?
No. I was created to carry out the special duty of handling contracts and agreements. I would watch Tetra TV and read the letters sent each year by the people who had contracts with the Foundation. Within those letters, there was a world I had never experienced. A living, breathing ark. That might be why I had more of a personal attachment to this contract than most of the others.
I see. Doesn't it make you feel a little sad?
What do you mean?
That a contract you care about is ending.
Yeah, of course. I'm sad knowing that I won't be able to receive their letters anymore. But they held up their end of the contract through to the very end. That's enough for me to be happy. Being able to inform someone that they've fulfilled their contract isn't something that happens often.
It's not?
There was something Sarah mentioned earlier. It was about people in the Foundation and how a lot were dissatisfied with the support they received. So they tried to take the Foundation's money, and then I had to discipline them. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
At the beginning, there were over 100 children in the Foundation. Now, only 3 of them remain who are faithful to their agreements.
What? 3?
That means no one else made it to the end of their contracts. They either passed away due to illness or unrelated accidents, or were disciplined by me.
Hey, yo, what does it mean to get disciplined? What? What do you mean by disciplined?
Exactly what it sounds like. I reprimand those who fail to uphold their contracts.
Oh my god, I know it. I know it. I know it. I was like, no way someone who handles contracts in the Ark doesn't have like a dark, shady side of the job if they break it.
At first, I try to reason with them. If that doesn't work, I give them a warning. And if that fails, I resort to force.
This is that missileless side coming out.
Huh? In this line of work, that sort of thing happens more often than you think. very few people see an agreement through to its end.
The side of the gun essentially has Oathbreakers receive divine retribution written in Chinese. Ah! Did she try to make us have a promise earlier? Without the fine print?
That being said, with this contract, there are 3 whole people who either made it to the end or who still can.
Mommy's gonna take a kneecap as down payment. It's crazy.
That's why I'm happy. I get to meet with those who showed me the arc long ago, and then look them in the eye, tell them they've done well, and bring this all to a beautiful close.
I see.
I'd like to thank you, friend, for helping me bring something so meaningful to a proper end, and for guiding me around this unfamiliar world I find myself in.
No, because like it really puts in perspective her not having any memories, because that low-key essentially cuts off like a lot of ties and attachments she could otherwise have. Like she's able to see things from a more neutral perspective, like with her agreements and stuff. And then when it comes to like oath breakers and all that, she's also kind of pretty stark in her how she views that, you know.
You're really a good person.
Oh, her whole nothing's natural, it's all choices. She's like 97 people made choices. But then yeah, that would make sense for her too. Because she would have to get taught and learned like everything she knows versus it coming like naturally. No, I'm really only helping you because I want to ask you something. Ooh, commander! What's wrong? Where did you say the last letter needed to go? The guilt. The guilt.
Let's see. Leo should be here.
Snow Crane opens her notebook and shows me an address. That's not far from here.
Oh, wonderful.
Let's go talk to him. And bring this contract to its proper end.
All right. Before we go, let's finish eating. Make sure to chew properly. Once we finish, we'll go find the last friend on my list and give his story a beautiful ending.
However, things often conclude in ways we never expect for reasons we never see coming. Oh my God. Stop. I love this. I love them. What a switch up. Ooh. Chef's kiss on that little transition. All right, here we go. You said it was the fifth shelf, right?
Yes,
Then this should be it.
indeed. I believe this is correct.
We lift our heads and look at the photo of an elderly man smiling brightly. Oh no!
Leo.
Beside it, there is an urn labeled Leo. Leo! An hour earlier. What is this musical switch up? Oh my gosh.
Hello. Does your name happen to be Leo?
No, Leo's my father. Who are you?
Oh, I see. Goodness me, what a wonderful son he has.
He hasn't even said anything.
It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Snow Crane. I came to inform your father of the end of his contract with the Foundation.
Are you Miss Snow Crane?
You know who I am?
Yes. My father had been waiting for you for a very long time.
I see. Then I should go see him right away. Could you tell me where he is?
My father passed away last week. I was too late.
Oh,
Oh no.
but we were in touch only a month ago. How could that happen?
He's gone quite some time without Evergreen. And his condition suddenly took a turn for the worse due to his advanced age. Okay, so they can survive for a little chunk of time off Evergreen. I know. I was like, I took too long. No, no.
I see.
I remember I had that thought when we were doing Nora's event. Like, is Evergreen an instant thing, or does it take a bit for it to like catch up? I wish you would have come a bit sooner. My father never stopped waiting for the day you'd come. Oops, just missed him. All he ever talked about was when he'd finally get word from his sponsor.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was too late.
Snow Crane grips the bag with the letter tightly. Dang.
Thank you for letting me know. I'm sorry for your loss.
Pause button, your age hits resume. No, yeah, I'm sure that's how it works, but I was just curious at like how fast it goes when it resumes, you know?
We should get going now.
Snow Crane, wait.
Yes?
If it's not too much trouble, could you tell us where his grave is?
So, this is how we finally meet.
Snow Crane places a white flower in front of the urn.
Thank you for asking about his son like this. Thank you for asking about his son about this. When he told me what happened, my mind went completely blank.
I always wondered if Evergreen stops everything from aging. Are you talking about like your insides? I'm gonna assume so. If it didn't stop your insides, then like you'd still die.
When he told me what happened, my mind went completely blank. This isn't the first time something like this has happened, but I can never get used to it.
That's understandable. You just found out you lost someone you'd been in touch with for a long time.
That's right. He and I had corresponded for a very long time. Every year, on the same day, he made sure his letters arrived in the morning. He never missed a single one, not even this year. He was faithful and dedicated. That's just the kind of person he was. And yet, ultimately, he passed on before we could finish things up. I should have come sooner. Then Leo might have received the letter he had been waiting for all this time. Now, I'll never be able to deliver it.
You're not leaving the letter?
I have to take it back. The recipient is no longer in a state to receive it.
Oh. Why don't you read it to him? I know you're just nosy about what's in the letter. Me too.
Pardon?
Let's read it here. Isn't that how the contract's supposed to end?
That's true, but
He may no longer be here, but that doesn't change the fact that he was faithful to his agreement this whole time. So read it for him and let him finish out his contract. I want to know what's in the letter.
but he won't be able to hear it.
Still, at least we won't be leaving the agreement unfinished, right?
Leaving the agreement unfinished.
Snow Crane looks at the photo of Leo smiling brightly.
You're right.
Ooh, here we go.
It's important to have closure. Thank you for the advice, friend.
You've got this. Snow Crane steadies her breathing and looks at the letter that was meant to be delivered to Leo.
Leo, though we are conducting this meeting in a way I had not anticipated, you have faithfully performed your contractual obligations for the duration of the agreement. Therefore, as witness to this contract, I, Snow Crane, hereby officially declare that you, Leo, have fulfilled your contract with the Foundation to the fullest extent. I will now read this letter out loud on the signatory's behalf and bring this contract to its close.
Ooh, here we go. Snow Crane gingerly unfolds the letter, starts freaking talking Simlish or like some foreign weird language. No! Translate it to English for those involved listening. Signatory. Signatory.
To my beloved child, Leo. After writing you once, when you first joined the Foundation, and again when you came of age and left the care facility, I'm now writing you a third time. Have you been well? If you're reading this letter, it must mean you have kept your promise to the Foundation for all these years. I applaud such a remarkable display of devotion. Despite the severe hardships you've endured from losing your family and being cast into an unfamiliar environment, you've managed to live honestly without losing your light. That takes great courage and resolve, and I commend you for it. While I am sorry that I cannot tell you all of this in person, it also means that, like all of you, I too am keeping the promise I have made with someone. Please understand that. I hope you'll forgive me. I wish I could see for myself how all your faces have changed as you've grown up. I bet you've become a fine adult. In fact, I'm sure you have. Though the contract will end and the Foundation will no longer walk through life beside you, I truly believe you'll have already found new, dear family members. So, Leo, I do not know how much of life still lies before you, but you've proved your devotion in your life up until now. And for that, I hope that your life will continue to shine until the very end. Even from afar, I will always be cheering for you. Your eternal supporter in life. Snow Crane folds the letter and places it in front of the smiling photo of Leo. With this, I can report that all of the Foundation's contracts have come to an end. Leo, thank you for all the letters you sent over the years. Through them, I was able to see the arc even from deep underground.
Oh no! Tears begin to fall from Snow Crane's eyes.
I wish I could have met you and told you this in person. Thank you so much for your dedication.
Snow Crane bows her head toward the resting Leo. Oh. Standing beside her, I bow my head as well, silently honoring the man who faithfully carried out his contract. Oh, I'm still kind of confused as hell.
Watch and learn.
They really worded that in the most obscure way possible.
I'll do
Damn.
it slowly.
This is taking longer than I expected.
Being able to mourn the passing of someone even when she for sure lost a ton of people before.
Hold on a moment. Please. It's for everyone.
I doubt it ever gets easier.
We won. What a blessing.
Aw, I didn't ask you anything. In honor of person who did the thing. From person. Would you like to rest on that bench for a bit? Sure. Snow Crane and I sit next to each other on a nearby bench. Now that it's late, there's no one else in the park except for us two.
Thank you for today, friend. It's because of you that I was able to get closure with Leo.
It was all you. You did great today.
Oh, come now. I couldn't have done any of this without you guiding me along. Thank you for staying with me for so long.
Snow Crane lowers her head in gratitude. It was an unforgettable experience.
I'm glad it was meaningful for you as well. Now then, since we've finished everything, it's time for me to grant your request, just as promised.
I have a question! Right. Ooh, music switch up!
Go ahead and ask for anything. I'll do whatever I can for you.
There are a few questions I want to ask you. Will you answer them honestly?
You want me to answer some questions? That's really all you want?
You don't understand. Nobody ever does. Yeah, these questions are really important to me.
I wonder what could be so important.
Please.
Well, judging by your demeanor, they don't seem to be just any questions. Very well. I'll answer whatever you ask me.
Oh my gosh!
Thanks. However, if it's something I'm contracting... If it's something I'm contractually obligated to keep secret, I won't be able to answer. No! She ain't telling us nothing. I hope you understand.
Of course. If that's the case, just tell me it's confidential, and we'll leave it at that. Honestly, that's kind of smart, because that would at least, like, tell him that someone, like, ordered this particular question or information not to be shared and or answered. Just blink twice while we rattle off a bunch of yes no's.
Very well. And if it's not confidential, I promise I'll answer honestly.
Thanks. Okay, here we go. She's not telling us nothing. Oh my God. Before we start,
No! Could you lower your head for a moment?
my head. Don't fall for it. Don't fall for it. Don't fall for it.
Yes, just for a little while.
Don't get distracted by the HEADPATS. Okay. I lower my head awkwardly. Snow Crane raises her hand. Oh, no, don't you fall for it. She's trying to distract you, man. She's trying to distract you.
There now.
And starts to pat my head. Oh.
Goodness, why are you so tense? It's okay. It's okay.
I'm not tense.
There's no need to be nervous or afraid. I'll answer any questions you have.
Oh my gosh. you're probably running out of time. By the time she's done, she's gonna be like, sorry, I gotta go.
And if you ask about some grave secret of which I can't speak, I'll never threaten you or resent you for it.
Excuse me? I didn't know that was potentially on the table.
I swear.
What do you mean? Like, I was not aware that was something that I should have been concerned about. Maybe I really have been tense without realizing it. As I feel the warmth of her hand, the tension in my body begins to ease.
There we go. Much better. Now, let's take a deep breath, okay? Ew. Good. Relax and try to gather your thoughts. Otherwise, you might end up forgetting to ask all that you really want to know.
That's what you're saying!
You can ask, but you can take whatever time you need and ask all the questions you want.
See, you say we have time, but the amount of time left in this event says otherwise.
I want you to feel comfortable asking anything.
As the tension fades, my mind starts to settle. Thank you. I'm feeling a lot better.
Really? I'm glad.
Snow Crane lowers her hand.
Now then, let's begin our fun little question and answer time.
I'm not nervous anymore. You don't have to do all that.
Oh, this isn't to relieve your nerves. It's to set the mood.
We're in kindergarten.
Now, what's your first question?
When we first met in the park, you said you were surprised that I'd grown up into a lovely young man.
I did say that, yes.
Does that mean you know about my past?
Ah, I can see how that would be an important question to you.
Yeah. I know nothing about my past, so when I heard you say that, I thought I'd finally met someone who knows something.
Goodness, I apologize. You've been waiting all day to ask that, haven't you? Well, you're right. I do know something about your past, friend. Though, to be exact, I only know your name.
How?
It was part of the information I received related to a contract. There was a record relating to your birth.
Was it about how I was created as part of a special project? Music change! Music change! Is this serious? More music! Let's go! Please, 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 please! Please, if you cut me off, I'm gonna cry!
Do you remember that?
No, I barely have any memories left of back then. There was just one short memory that popped into my mind a while back.
I see. You're correct. You were a child born as part of a project. Oh, a test tube! A test tube! It's called Project AD, right? Hmm? Yes. How did you know that? In that case, can you tell me about Project AD? Do you want to know about Project AD? You don't have to tell me everything. I'd be happy, even with just a hint, at what kind of an experiment it was, or what they were trying to research. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh, I love this. This is honestly a really fun confirmation because like back in Wisdom Spring, the assumption of like, oh, we were a test tube baby really was just an assumption. We could have been like any kind of age inside of that thing. So the confirmation that like we were a child born of this project is like, okay, we're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. It's the only way I can know what I was born for, or what I even am. Am I human? There it is. Friend, are you not able to answer? Just a moment. I'm going to review the terms of my contracts to see if I'm allowed to answer this question. Plural, she said contracts, plural. Oh my gosh. It's under 1,000,000 locks and keys. Snow Crane closes her eyes. Not long after, she opens them again. Oh my gosh. I'm imagining that her eyes did like a Arcana thing of her like going through this little database. Oh no, she can't tell us. It is completely confidential. I'm gonna go cry in a corner. In other words, I'm sorry. I knew it was too good to be true. I'm afraid I can't share anything with you. Divulging such details about the project would be a clear violation of my contract. The only thing we've gotten is regurgitated information. Only a select few within the Ark even know of the project, meaning it's as confidential as can be. Why would it be confidential to the commander if it's his own past? There's no reason to, unless he was purposefully mind wiped. I mean, it's definitely super shady how we have like this super selective specific amnesia, but also I wouldn't be surprised if it's like, yeah, you can know about it, but like if you happen to lose those memories, we're not obligated to like remind you. I see. Instead, while it may not fully answer your question, I can at least explain why the project was created. Would that be all right? It would be something. It would be crumbs. I'll take crumbs. I'll take any information I can get. Please tell me. Very well. This is a story about a very old contract.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, please. Please cover it all in one part. Please cover it all in one part. Ooh, here we go.
A long, long time ago, when the Raptures had only just begun to invade the surface, there were two big forces: the United Forces of Humanity, a government military that fought the Raptures, and a group known as VTC, a religious order that possessed advanced scientific technology. Of course, they're involved. Those two forces joined hands to fight the Raptures. But around the time they finally accepted defeat and decided to retreat to the Ark, the United Forces of Humanity made a major decision. In order to secure the technology they lacked so that they could better govern the Ark, they chose to merge with VTC and take on a new name, the Central Government.
Okay, yeah, we knew this.
Ah, so that's when they started calling it that. That's right. Many people believe the merger was the end result of a power struggle between the two. But I think they simply decided that neither side could defeat the Raptures on their own. When that agreement was reached, the two sides each presented their conditions for the merger.
What were the conditions?
VTC wanted to continue the research they had conducted on the surface. So they entered into an agreement with the missileless industry, forming the Independent Research Institute known as the MMR.
All right. This is stuff that's all kind of been implied.
Meanwhile, the United Forces of Humanity wanted to develop technology that would help humankind. So they requested that VTC share its miraculous scientific advances.
Implied, but stuff the commander. I don't care about the commander's knowledge right now. Okay, I care about my stuff getting confirmed. Like right now, it's information that's like, okay, we knew this. Technology that would help humankind.
Yes. There were many more conditions besides those. But those are the two biggest ones I'm able to mention at the moment. Also, when representatives from each party gathered, the following statement was added to the agreement. This agreement has been made under the supervision of Veiled Order, a squad that exists to serve as witness to contracts. Should either of the two parties violate any of the aforementioned terms, they may be suppressed by force.
I'm gonna take the assumption for the story to truly continue, the commander needed to learn. Yes, I agree, but that's something that I can delve into after. Like right now, I just want to fact check against my information, and then I can go back and be like, okay, what does the commander know? Anyway, what was I gonna say? So one side is United Forces of Humanity, one side is the BTC. I'm gonna assume that the nonsense that Deep got up to probably violated something around somewhere in here. And that possibly helped like give Anderson the go ahead. Like as cool as that it would be for Anderson to just go, you know, crazy on them like that, if he didn't get like punished for it, it's probably because they violated something and he was allowed to. Hmm? Wait, were you there when this agreement was made? I think it happened like that because CG then gave him a position to cover him. Yeah, like he literally wiped an entire like organization, and then we see him today as a deputy chief. Like as badass as that would be for him to just like be able to do that unscathed. Realistically, he was allowed to.
Yes. I was there both to witness the agreement and to observe that the contract is upheld. That was one of the many reasons I remained underground until now. I see.
If I were to take a shot at the dark as to what one of the things they violated, it's probably BTC wanted to research and the United Forces of Humanity wanted to like help humanity like develop tech. The thing that they one of the big things that they probably violated was using that tech that they were researching to cause harm to humanity. Which, given the list we got on Deep right now, there could be many things that cause the no.
In regards to one of those technologies that would help humankind, you may have heard me refer to someone as you-know-who earlier. They offered themselves up as a test subject in exchange for getting MMR to begin a particular research project. Project AD, the very same one you're interested in. Who is this person? Someone who dreamed of making the world a better place. They wanted the Ark to serve as the starting point for that, so they embarked on many different endeavors. Project AD was one of those. Also, I just thought of one more thing connected to Project AD.
Oh my god.
You've heard it mentioned many times today.
I have?
Yes, the miracle drug that extends the human lifespan. Evergreen. This person was able to get it mass produced as a direct result of their involvement in this project.
I My first shot at the dark assumption feels like Anderson. But I don't know if they would connect him to this. So, Evergreen is related to Project AD.
They were a really great person.
Okay, she's talking past tense.
Not only did they kickstart Project AD, but even the contract that you helped me wrap up today was one of the many good things they did for the Ark.
She's talking past tense, so that probably kicks out that theory. The reason why I even said Anderson to begin with was because it seems like we established that whatever caused Anderson to create, like, have his special blood was before, like, it had nothing to do with, like, the VTC, and, like, they wanted to, like, research that and whatnot. So, okay, that seems to still be a mystery. We still have no idea where that came from. Anderson also said he's not old enough to be the commander's father. Well, he also said that he doesn't effing know a lot of things. He's an effing liar. By which you mean they established the foundation you've been talking about? Yeah, no, I don't think it's him. Like, the other option would be Oswald. In which case, you know, he started a foundation, he started a library. Like, the man's busy. He was a busy man. But, like, it could also be someone we have no idea. We haven't met yet. But there's so far there's only a handful of guys in this game. By which you mean they established the foundation you've been talking about?
Yes.
Like, I would even put the Pope out there as a contender, but she's saying he. So,
In order to care for children who had lost their parents before entering the Ark, this person used their own wealth and built this foundation. However, they wanted to prevent the children from taking things for granted and becoming wasteful. And they were concerned the money could fall into the wrong hands, which would prevent the children from getting the support they needed.
Like, another, she never says it's a man. Does she not say he repeatedly? Damn, where the hell did I get that? I don't know why I got he somewhere in here. Like, cause I knew it was gender neutral, but for some reason, wow, I have no idea where that came from. For some reason, my brain just inserted it here. Then I guess the Pope could still be back on the table. Male tends to be the default when gender is undetermined. I mean, it doesn't help that like a majority of the ARC's leadership seems to be male, and like only recently are we starting to get like more females. So like, because like you can add it to like the list of things that Oswald has done. You can add it to something with Princess, some weird thing there. Because I'm trying to think also about like who specifically would want to help children and orphans. And Oswald has, and Princess would have developed a reason to with Neon.
To this end, the Foundation made a contract with me and had the children send me letters every year recording the changes in the arc.
Yeah, Princess's timeline is a little iffy. Sewin strikes me as too young. Enabling you to step in if you saw that funds were being misused.
Precisely.
Evergreen makes estimating passage of time basically based on visible age wonky. I thought this was like low-key kind of confirmed that Sewin's like younger than the other CEOs. Am I pulling that from, I think, a weird spot in my brain too? This person you're talking about sounds like a really good person.
They were.
Okay, and that's the other thing. She keeps talking in past tense.
They devoted everything they had to making the world better, to making it good. Others may think differently, but that's what I believe.
Okay, that's also a big line. Others may think differently, but that's what I believe. So this is someone that potentially people would look at and be like, I don't think that they were out for good, but she thinks so. Either Sue and Mom or Jean. I'm gonna be honest. I don't have a lot of hope for Sewin's parents. Sewin's too toxic to like have had good parents. That's the toxicity of someone who had very bad parents.
So, to describe Project AD, I would say it was one of several foundation stones this person laid to build a good world.
Okay. So they've done multiple things.
I hope you can think of it in the same way for now.
I feel like, that low key, that does kind of put it back on Oswald a little bit. Because Oswald literally got the nickname Hellhound. We say he's goated, but his public opinion probably was very mixed, actually.
I hope you can think of it in the same way for now. Part of the foundations of a good world, huh? Someday, I'm sure you'll learn the whole truth about this project.
10th anniversary, here we come. Right. Someday. Don't think public knew much about Oswald since he was spec up. That was something later in life, though. He seemed like pretty well known before he switched over.
Yes, I'm sure of it.
Can I ask you one last thing?
You can ask me more than one last thing.
Can you tell me who this person is that we've been talking about? Can you? Oh my god!
Of course I can. To put it in terms of your job, they are the boss, high up on the ladder.
Give me a name!
High up on the ladder. To put it in terms of the arc in which we live, they are...
Wait, so they're not evil? Damn, I thought that was gonna be the big evil, the big bad.
the commander-in-chief.
AKA Supreme Commander. I really thought the Supreme Commander was a bad guy. Society was the big evil all along. I mean, yeah, we knew that, but like, damn. That's the second piece of lore we've ever gotten about the Supreme Commander.
Longer than I expected. I must go back. Hold on a moment, please.
So they've laid multiple foundations.
Did you see that? If not, then just ignore me.
Foundational crumbs to a good world. Wisdom Spring no longer says Supreme Command. I know. I'm aware. They're just still going to be Supreme Commander in my head. You really want one person to hold all the blame? I never said that. Like, society's effed. Like, there's definitely a societal issue at hand. Just from what we got from Wisdom Spring, though, back then, that was leading me to believe that, like, not just Wisdom Spring, but, like, the CG's whole structure is shady. But, like, the person in charge of it, I just assume bad things. But not good either, has probably done shady things. True, that's also technically true. You're right, because she literally said that other people might view this person negatively or something. But I believe that they've always had the good of humanity and stuff. The Commander-in-Chief. Yes. First off, I'm hesitant to throw out the word evil. Like, the word evil kind of puts things in black and white a little bit too much for me. Even if Snow Crane is like biased towards it, just on what she said so far, I would put it more at like, yeah, shady, morally gray, ends justify the means, blah blah blah. So the Commander-in-Chief really does. Me too, Commander. Really does exist. Honestly, I thought it might actually just be a title with no person behind it. That's a fourth wall right there. Shift Up's calling some of you out.
It's quite natural that you would think that way. They are currently unable to meet with anyone.
Ah, so that's why those letters said they couldn't come. Like having a scientist tell you Bigfoot is real.
Yes. That's also why they wrote so many letters in advance. And why I was the one to deliver them.
I presume any other details about them are confidential?
Correct. For the time being, what I can tell you is, at this very moment, while you and I are speaking, the Commander-in-Chief is continuing to sacrifice for the Ark.
Are they hooked up to a tube somewhere down there too? You know what I'm immediately thinking of? Gian and her whole like, I can't leave the basement thing. Like, is there something down there that she has to like keep like watching? And it's like potentially related to them.
They're sacrificing for the Ark, huh? That's everything I'm able to tell you. Was that helpful at all?
Yes, and yes, no.
Yeah, it helped a lot. Is there anything else you'd like to ask? Not now. I think I'm good.
Give me a couple of days. I'll come up with some more questions.
I'm glad to hear that. They weren't easy questions, so I appreciate you answering them as best you could.
You did more than Nayuta. Is Evergreen made from the Commander-in-Chief? I mean, she said that it's tied with them. Like their contributions helped mass produce it. Mm.
I wonder if it's maybe someone related to Princess's family. Like maybe not her, obviously, but we established that Princess had the whole like body swap, weird age stuff going on, and that could be like some kind of family thing, like research, like that group. Has done so much body swapping. Does she even have a family at this point? We've literally established, though, that Evergreen keeps people alive for, like, ever. I feel like it's the same thing. Well, then. Do you mind if I asked you one thing as well, friend? Princess was really messed up. Evergreen existed, and she still couldn't stand the idea of being 26 years old. Because your brain stops. Your brain starts regressing at 25 or 26. It's like very specifically that number. You have a question for me? Yes. There's something I'm curious about as well. I'd like you to answer it honestly. What do I think about the Ark? Well, what is it? In your opinion?
Yup.
Do you think the Ark is becoming a better place?
I feel like this man's a little biased.
That wasn't what I was expecting you to ask.
If he says no, that would honestly be a surprise. That would be a pleasant surprise.
Oh, really? After spending the whole day walking around the Ark and hearing Sarah and Oliver's answers with all their stories of the past, found myself wanting to know what you think.
You son of a... It's not quite there yet, but I do think it's becoming a better place. Honestly, I don't think it's moving in the right direction. Hmm. They worded it very interesting. I do like the way they worded both answers. Because at the very least, both of them acknowledge that is kind of crap right now. Yeah, one is hopeful and one is, well, I mean, think of what they did to Johan. You're right. No, I'm trying to think. Because there's definitely no, because like the thing is, all of the hopeful components, at least from my point of view, from what I've seen, is very like individual based on a lower level. Right now, there's been too many like shady spots higher up. Like these little hopeful bits haven't quite trickled up enough for me to be comfortable to believe that like higher up people are actually taking note of like the problems. Like, yeah, we have, like Ingrid and Anderson and stuff, but like they're like a drop in the bucket that still have to like go through other people.
Why do you think that?
There are certainly many good people in the Ark. But as Sarah said, it's still full of discrimination, hatred, and selfishness. I will go back and see that other answer though. I've seen far too many people die because of it. No matter how hard good people try, they can't save everyone.
That's true.
For every Anderson, there's like 3 Dobans. That's a really good statement. That's why I think the people of the Ark need to recognize the state it's in and make an effort to move in a different direction.
I see. I appreciate your answer.
What about you?
Me? Well.
Oh my goodness, the piano.
Before I came to the Ark, I saw many people on the surface who lost their families due to war. Or friends. Most people were sad. But today, I got to see the Ark not through letters or television, but with my own 2 eyes, and I got to see a lot of different people. People will still suffer and grieve because of illness, accidents, and the loss of life, but there was also a child who cried over a lost teddy bear, then smiled again when it was found. And families who gathered together to shop and eat together, and everyone was just living their lives.
All right. It's time to take a trip over the wall. It's time to take a trip to the outer rim. This girly.
I think the fact that people can now live ordinary lives is an indication that the world has already been moving in the right direction.
So you're talking about a child with a teddy bear. I just saw an event where a child had a dynamite. How do we tell her we take a trip over the wall? Grenade. I think the one who had the sparkler, wasn't that dynamite? Everyone just living their lives is saying they got comfy and forgot. And my friend Neon tell you the story of her growing up. That was part of EH flashback. It was, but like I wouldn't be surprised if that's still a thing. Like people are just throwing like trash over there. Like I get it. I get, you know, looking at the little things, trying to find the hopeful things, but there's definitely some like ignorance slash ignoring. Like she's very much looking at the arc in the bubble of the arc that she just saw on Royal Road of all places. On Royal Road of all places, like, ma'am.
And the reason people were able to reclaim a semblance of normality
Snow Crane looks at me.
is thanks to the sacrifices of good Nikkes and good people like you, friend.
Horrible, but worse to horrible is still an upgrade. She's comparing the arc to the migration to now, so her perspective is probably very different from ours. No, because like, I like the answer that the commander gave. I like the answer that the commander gave because yes, there are improvements. Yes, there are good people, but you can't ignore these dark spots that they're not gray spots. They're like actual pitch black spots that are like going ignored. And like, you can't focus on the progress when those spots are as dark as they are.
So I think everything will be all right.
Like, I get it. The whole point of the event is like, there's people out there that are working to make a better place and blah, blah, blah. I get it. But you know, there's some serious like acknowledgement of things that needs to happen. I think low key, like the thing is low key, I would argue that more so than what she's saying now, and low key this entire event, what gives me hope isn't what this event really covered, but the one scene with Anise and those people in the Outer Rim in that recent chapter. That, I think, is a better representation of acknowledgement and actual hope within the people of the Ark. More so than what I'm seeing here.
No matter what kind of place the Ark may be now, good people will continue striving to create and maintain a good world. And the world will keep moving in a better direction. I also believe you will stand at the center of it all. Ooh. Because you're a really good person.
I'm really not. I love how many times he said that this entire event. I'm really not. Please stop saying that. I'm really not. Which I like that. I like this like self-awareness he has of like he himself also has flaws. You can see now that I only helped you because there were things I wanted to ask.
Oh? Is that what was bothering you earlier? There.
Snow Crane pats my back.
Tell me, when you first took me to the train station, or when you comforted the child who lost her teddy bear, was that all because you wanted to ask about your past?
The pats will continue until the existential dread stops. Well,
Also, who says a good person can't have their own motives?
ooh. All right, okay.
Having your own desires and hopes doesn't make you a bad person.
Hey, yo, can we have Snow Crane go talk to Doro? Can you have a chat with Dorothy? Like, for real? Give her a couple head pats while you're at it?
What matters is what you choose to do with those feelings. How you act.
Like, actually, can we get her and Doro in a room together? Talk to the Doro haters as well. They call her selfish for what she wanted. Yeah, like, ow!
I told you before.
Man, we should have had... Where was she? Where was she whenever those initial promises to the goddess squad were made? Man.
Nothing in this world is only natural. In the end, it all comes down to the choices we make. So, I think you are a good person, friend. And I'm certain the future you're working to create will become the good world that I dream of.
Talk about pressure.
Oh, I didn't mean to make you feel stressed.
Not every choice I make will necessarily be for the sake of a better world. Oh my gosh, I'm obsessed with the commander's writing right now. He was like, I wanted power. Not really necessarily for the Ark, but because I wanted my girlfriends to like not get, chased around and hunted around the place. I'm only trying to protect what matters to me. Yup, there it is.
Then how about this? I'll watch over you.
See, the last couple of people who said that they wanted to watch over me kind of said, I'll watch over you to see if you effing crash and burn. Are you proposing we enter into a contract? Gum. And then Ether said it before that.
No. We don't need to enter into any contracts or make any promises.
Nice to have someone not preying on our downfall. Literally.
I just want to observe. To see the world you create. That'll give me my answer, I think. About the direction the world you build will take. And whether it will be the good world that I dream of.
The commander has a few Nikkes watching over him too, like Kay. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure even like D kind of said, I'll stop you if it comes to that. But then she flipped it and said, if I go across the line, then I expect you to stop me. Does that mean you won't be staying underground anymore?
Hmm?
You won't be able to observe from down there. Ooh.
I suppose that's true.
All right then. Watch over me. But only after you've experienced the arc for yourself. Not through letters or a TV screen. Time to take a field trip.
Hmm?
Once you've done that, let's talk again. We can discuss whether the world is becoming a better place.
Are you worried that I've been underground for too long?
Yup. Yup.
See? You really are a good person, friend.
Commander said, I need you to look around a little bit more. Let's bookmark this conversation.
You've grown up to be such a nice boy.
So, ooh, shift up. Ooh, shift up. Shift up. Threw that in our faces one more time that she used to know us. And it's like, I'm not gonna tell you though. Oh. Snow Crane strokes my cheek. I think I'm starting to get used to being treated like a child. Oh my God, this man. This man. This man. You give him an event full of head pats, and it's like, hey, can she come with me? Can she be my emergency head pat giver? Better yet, we're gonna go to the counters. We're gonna go to the counters tonight. Go to Rapi and teach her how to give head pats. And when she says why, she's like, just can we just roll with it? When I ask for this, can you just please?
All right, it's settled.
Let Anise have a session. See, the thing is, I feel like Rapi would be the one to give head pats. Rigid patting. That's why you have to teach her how to do it. Come on, chat.
I won't stay underground anymore. I'll live here in the Ark and watch you with my own eyes.
Snow Crane smiles brightly.
Let's talk again someday. All right?
We can both take like tutoring from Snow Crane. Be like, I can give y'all head pats and then you can give me head pats. We can keep morale up when we have surface missions.
Let's talk again someday. All right?
Good world. The end. This is low-key ominous. There's like no other way to word this. I realize that, but like just sing it together. It's interesting one.
Mission clear. Good job.
That was a very interesting one. I do genuinely kind of feel that like they used her to get the message that like EH and Crow and all them were supposed to give us. But it got lost in translation, so they were like, let's try again with the girl who like gives head pat.
Dear benefactor, it has been some time since I last wrote to you. After fulfilling the final contract, I now write to deliver my closing report. Benefactor as in us or someone else, the person in charge? In order to inform the Foundation's children that their contracts were ending, I came up to the Ark in person for the first time in a very long while. Since the day I reprimanded VTC, to be precise. She reprimanded them like a firm word or like punishment? Was this before or after Anderson reprimanded them? I met Sarah, who now owns a cafe. I also met with Oliver, who's had a wonderful life with the fine family he's built. And, though I regrettably could not meet him in person, I also found Leo, who lived a truly devoted life, and notified him of his contract's conclusion. I found Leo. All three faithfully fulfilled their contracts over a long span of time. And as adults, each succeeded in building a new family of their own. A new family. It is just as you wished. I also witnessed how much the Ark has changed. Though illness, misfortune, and death still cause people to suffer, things appear to be like in the times before the war, just as you dreamed. Okay, so this benefactor is like also really old. If they also like recall the times before the war, like that. With people free to live normal lives once more, laughing and crying over beautifully trivial things. Some people view these changes and claim peace has made society complacent and that we are heading in the wrong direction. Bro, they do not believe the world has become a better place. Others see the same world and point out how people now help each other, indicating the world is becoming good. As you once said, the fact that opinions are split down the middle may itself be proof that the Ark has undergone a meaningful change. Oh, and Oliver asked me to be sure to tell you something. He is grateful to have been allowed to live his life as a human being. What does that mean? What does that imply? That he could have not been a human being? He, Sarah, and Leo all miss you dearly. I wanted to be certain I conveyed that to you. Also, through all these moments, I was together with the child you had hoped would be born out of VTC's efforts. Born out of VTC's efforts, or test tube babiness? I watched him comfort a child who had lost her teddy bear, accompany someone who'd lost their way to the place they needed to go, help someone find closure who had been hesitant and wavering, and in general, offer his time and heart willingly for the sake of others,
That's also kind of crazy when you think about it. Like the child born of VTC's efforts. Considering all of the messed up stuff we've heard the VTC do. He has grown into such a kind person. And that is not all. He has also achieved what no one else ever has. He achieved the astounding feat of reclaiming a part of the surface. While he did say he feels a great deal of pressure, I believe he is growing into exactly the kind of person you once hoped for. Someone who will one day lead humanity towards a better world. Hey, yo, why is it red? And so, now that all contracts with the Foundation have come to an end, I wish to watch what choices he will make from here onward, and what direction the world will take because of those choices. Is it red because she's about to detonate the place, self-destruct the place? Or is it red because... Oh, is it red because she's near one of those cores? With the big red boys. She's downstairs, isn't she? And what direction the world will take because of those choices. For the very first time, I am choosing to do this not as part of a contract or a promise, but of my own will. Snow Crane lifts her gaze from the letter she has been reading and looks ahead. I hope you will watch together with me as he creates the future that you long hoped for. Snow Crane bows her head deeply. With this, I conclude my report and formally bring the Foundation's contracts to a close. Thank you for everything. The room is filled with a red glow. Snow Crane turns around, putting the giant coffin behind her, and walks forward without looking back. Coffin? So we don't have a golden throne, we have a coffin? Is what? Is the benefactor? Of course they're gonna end it there. Hello?
We won! What a blessing!
Oh my gosh. I'm blah. So is giant coffin. I feel like it was red because she was near one of the cores. That's my initial first thought. I don't think she would blow the place up. I think that would be problems for the people upstairs if she tried to blow up something downstairs. I feel like she was in front of one of the cores maybe. But then the coffin, I wonder. I feel like the Supreme Commander wouldn't just be in a coffin, just randomly. Not randomly, but just left behind like that. I feel like it would be guarded. So maybe this specific deep clone, perhaps, from Footstep Walk Run that we saw Red Hood talk to. But then also the implication that we were created through the VTC for this precise thing as well also really puts perspective of we weren't created just as a superhuman Captain America, but also with Captain America's heart, with the hopes that we would help humanity, and that does follow the whole good world theme and everything. But she had a cute event. I feel like it was kind of regurgitated information a little bit from what we've seen in previous events. But I guess that's what we needed, especially before like anniversary, like a little recap of where exactly humanity within the arc stands.